Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Let's Play the Banner Saga 2, where we are trapped in a bit of a village, and there's several things we can... What? Oh, that's resting. Ah, okay, that's what that is. Now, last time, I was complaining a little bit, just a tad, you know me. I just suddenly had a really worrying thought. I'm just going to check the settings of this. Good. It is saving audio. I don't know why, I've just been a bit kind of like, about recording. Not as in, I don't want to record, but more as in, is it recording? Which is a tad unnecessary, to be sure. Okay, everyone's healed. Now, yeah, so I was complaining a bit about about the end, and kind of thinking about it, I think my problem with it is, as a character, like, first of all, as a player, in most games, the third choice is the more interesting narratively, or it's the best choice because it gets around things. Think about, for example, Mass Effect 3, spoilers incoming, the Geth Quarian War, where the obvious choice is side with one of them, but you can, if you've lined everything up, probably, I assume correctly over the first two games, I assume they don't give you a save where you can avoid that as your base save. But if you've gone through everything, you can line it up so that actually you can have peace. Ending notwithstanding. So the third option is a better one from a player position. From a character position, save people, save food, or don't. Or try to do both, which is probably the more characterful thing, especially for elect. So the try to save everyone thing, I understand it doesn't work, but what's the point in putting it forward if it seems to be detrimental in general? And we're gonna have to go into the ruins. We don't need to rest. That's why I looked at the heroes. So let's go to the ruins. You make your way across the broken bones of the former trade town, curious as to what's inside this building, which is still somewhat intact. The structure groans as you enter, and you hear yourself whispering, "Ugh. You hear yourself whispering, "This isn't worth it." After a quick survey of the room, only two things stand out. A stone with strange etchings resting on the broken mantel, and footprints in the dust near a small door in the wall. A gust of wind blows open from the chasm, and the whole building creaks. I'm here to help. We're gonna help people. I'm not bothering about the stone, especially if it might get us killed. I know you're there. I'm here to help. The small door cracks open, and a child looks at you. Come here, you say. This place isn't safe. The child seems to trust you and tiptoes towards you. Others begin filing out, carefully choosing their steps. Each person is carrying a bag of food. As you're leaving the precarious structure, the small child runs back in and grabs the stone off the mantel, handing it to you with a smile. Okay, so I got that anyway. So I assume in that case, if you go for the stone, you don't get it. And they all die. Yeah, I don't know. I'm wondering if that makes me feel better about things. Like thinking back, as you kept, like, I don't like the gaminess like this, which is what my brain's doing, which is, okay, well, you sacrifice food, because they've given me 2 days worth of supplies. So, I'll throw food, because these guys will give me food. I don't like that. Right, Ivor. Ivor stands stoically by Ivan's pallet, watching the unconscious Mender's breathing. It took a lot out of him. I never want him doing something like that again. I'll let you tell that to the man who can pull lightning from the sky and lift rocks to form bridges. Once again, if you're expecting consistency of accents, not going to happen. Impressive as his strength may be, you notice how the use of power taxed the Mender. He looks older. Where's Juno? I figured she'd be by Ivan's side. Just as Ivor shrugs, Oddleaf abruptly enters the room. Good you're here. It's the Ravens. They're trying to leave, and some of our people want to go with them. What? Why? We nearly went over a waterfall in ships and lost a lot of people following some Valka across floating rocks. Okay. Okay. Part of the reason we lost people is because Juno snapped at us for saying we should get rid of that golden weird box that you're carrying, causing Ivan to lose concentration, so the back of the rocks fell, so people... Just think about your narrative. Like, so they're annoyed at us because the person who's meant to know most about this mending weird magic-y stuff, Valka's, like Juno, she's meant to be the expert on Valka and magic and stuff, and through it is saying, oh, don't distract Ivan, and then she distracts him and kills people, so they're going to stop following you and start following her. It makes no sense. I'm not saying any of that is your fault, but people are scared. It isn't my fault. If they've made up... That's the one that really bugs me. If they've made up their minds to go, they'll leave whenever you're not looking. And the Ravens have been hoarding supplies this whole time, and they're trying to take off with them. Juno and Hacken are trying to talk sense to Bolverk, so it's desperate. As you make your way to the door, you turn to look at Ivor. Go. The people should see you handle something like this without me around.
Now stand down, or you'll be missing more than your horns.
Stand down, you son of a yacht!
He's a happy fellow. So hang on, they've been hoarding away rations and supplies, and people are like, yeah, they're good people. I can't calm him. His fury. Here they are, just as I said. Are we going to have to fight these guys? Bolverk's lost his mind. Take him down. If I... Hang on, there was a 6 there a moment ago. Oh, probably because he took damage away from me anyway. So I don't want to hurt her, although I think she is an enemy. Volker. I'm not going to be able to just... Sundering Impact. What's that going to do? 100% chance of strength damage plus 1. 1 breaks the target, and the other one's with added heavy impact, heavy impact is the enemy's adjacent, so that's not applicable. She's an enemy, though, is the problem. I mean, I don't think Tempest is going to help. So they'll just under impact. So we'll do 1. This will get his attention. So we're getting new people on the team. Growing. What have you done? It worked. Bolverk, hear me. Okay. The clansmen chatter as Juno converses with a dazed Bolverk quietly. Hacken grabs your attention. Get ready for a confusing conversation. He motions to Irsa, one of Prince Ludin's bodyguards, who is wiping her pitch-covered hands with a rag on her way over to you. Okay, so they're reintroducing her because they don't know if people... for people who haven't played the first game. Clever trick, witch. This time. You Val are just too easy. How do you need to do that thing? Why are Val so frightened by fire? Careful, young one. The wrong Val hears you implying weakness, and he'll have a horn through you before anyone can stop him. You didn't answer the girl's question. The woman's eyes twinkle with mischief, and even Hakon's stern look won't silence her. They were formed by Hadraborg the way you'd make a loaf. Kneaded dough shaped and cooked. They remember the heat, the pain. You can scare them to death. That's enough from you. Yrsa's laughter bounces off the broken buildings with eerie results as she walks away to the prince's tent. That one has a strange ability to annoy me. What about Bolverk's strange ability to go crazy? I suppose he multiclassed into barbarian. I suppose no one told you he's a berserker, probably the last of his kind after Einatoft. The Valking laughs at your blank expression. Berserks lose themselves in the fight. They're as strong as cold bears and just as wild. Hard to say if they're friend or foe in a fight. King Hakon, do you... Enough with the king formalities. I've been Hakon before your armor was alive, and it works just fine. Sorry, Hakon. Do you mind telling me why two Var leaders just tried to kill each other? I assume for dominance, basically? I wasn't going to let him take our supplies without a fight. Caught him trying to take off with supplies he tucked away. Couldn't let it happen. A cool anger glistens in Hakon's eyes when he looks at Bolverk. Why does he want to leave? Says you've been bad luck ever since arriving in Borskard. Can't say I blame him for that. The two of you actually laugh for a moment. I'd bet his main reason for leaving is just to be in charge again. Run jobs, keep his ravens in line. Like most of us, he's looking for something normal to grab onto. Whatever his reason, I hate that some of ours are going with him. We've done what we can for them. I don't want to split our supplies. I don't want to punish them, but I think give them enough for a few days, I think. Yeah, we'll give them a couple of days. We've got a lot of mouths to feed. The ravens can make do with a couple of days of food and live off the land afterwards. That sounds alright. You've got a better head than me for these things. Now let's see what we can find in what's left of this place. Chapter 9. Cast the hone into the air. Bone into the air? Cast something into the air. Ooh? Are we someone elsing? Why the big sweep then? You're just going round. You glare at the clansmen and Varl settled among the ruins of Ormstala and feel the rumbling growl in your chest. Everyone will be ready to leave as soon as you start walking north. I won't fall for that stupid fire trick again. Volker ignores your comment. The new members from the other caravan will probably need a beating or two. Think it was stupid of me to challenge Hakon. Not really my place to say. Since when has that stopped you? The Shield Maiden grins. We could have at least waited to hear their plans first, then decided. I'm now. This is the things I'm trying to get into character, in almost kind of thinking what he'd do, what Bolverk would say. I like the fact that the three options are in character, and we are actually we're taking over this character that we've interacted with, and they're fitting that. But I'm trying to think which is the best. I think that's the key one, isn't it? Their plans almost took us over a Fane waterfall. He doesn't have a Welsh accent. That waterfall surprised us all. Of course, it'll be nice to be on our own again. We make it to Bindle, get a job, and things get back to normal. We always survive. And what about all those dredge? If they make it across that chasm, it'll be war. War's always been good for business. Volker smirks, but her face hardens as Juno approaches. Bolverk, could I have a word with you? Haven't you said enough? I mean, he's grumpy and angry, but he's, as he said, he's basically a businessman. What does he have to say? I'll hear her out. Well, I won't. I'll finish the packing. The two of you watch Volker storm off, but not too far. She's protective of you. Get on with it. I know your ravens need work. Without work and coin, that banner of yours is worthless. You step towards her, towering above the tall Valka, though she stands resolute. In Vorsgard, we made an arrangement for you to protect this large cart until we were away from the dredge threat. They're across that chasm. The job is done. Agreed. But the cart you've been hauling has become too troublesome. It needs to be sunk in the deepest waters around. You grunt in disgust. Vulca's secrets. You would turn down the Mender Council's coin? Where's the coin? Payment upon completion. You have a Volker's oath. The Blue River to the northwest will be your best option. And if I just leave it in the woods somewhere? I will know. As will the other Valka. Besides, the ravens always finish their jobs. That reputation means everything to you. You growl, but she is right. Fine. Raven's oath. It will be done. Juno nods and walks away. Volker watches her leave and returns to your side. Now what? Now we have a job. We're going out into the wilderness and we're all going to die. Yeah, maybe I should have given them more food. That one, I don't mind. Because you know exactly what's going to happen. And I understand magic-y weirdness, you don't know what's going to happen. But... Right, stop complaining about it and move on. A scout points into the distance with a smile on his face. Walking in that direction, you begin to hear the strangest bickering between two Varl. Now you've done it, Jut, says one Varl with a large shield and spear. Kept on until others heard and came nose and bout. The other Varl glances your way, nods politely, and walks towards you while shouldering his axe. Don't mind my brother Knocker. He's a warrior. Knocker steps closer and shoves the other Varl with the shield. Jut, Varl don't have brothers, and it's warrior. Volker looks at you with amusement and confusion. None of the other ravens seem to know how to react. Are you two addled? Not the nicest way to say hello. I don't even know why anyone's got anymore. Knocker says, extending his hand in greeting. And if we were addled, Jut adds, stepping forward and swatting Knocker's hand, would we even know it? Knocker says, well, you wouldn't, Jut, but I'd know. The spectacle continues, and most of the ravens are now laughing at the absurdity. I'm not sure what you're after, but we're not sharing food. Jut shakes his head, we're not after food, are we, Knocker? Knocker says, no, well, yes and no. Jut agrees, yes and no, that's right. We'd fight with you. Knocker interrupts. For you, he means. Jut looks annoyed. Knocker, we'd fight for food, but we'd fight with this lot. Yeah, you can join if you'll shut up. Thank you. Knocker says, but Jut slaps a hand over his brother's mouth. Several mercenaries trying to hold back laughing. The two Varls smile like fools and fall in line. I'll take extra people. I assume it's fair. I hope the game is fair and we get an option at food before the two run out.